Egon, he was explaining to Max Keiser that this whole game is up, right? That they have now, after 7 years, turned around the interest rates. I mean, they hiked the rates basically. It's symbolic, it's a quarter point, and it's meaningless. And then Keiser asked him more or less what it's all about. And, well, anyway, I'm paraphrasing Egon. It's like Egon basically said it amounts to nothing. It's just smoke and mirrors. They don't know what they're doing. Actually, he said they have no policy. The Federal Reserve has no policy. I'd go further and say they don't even have a strategy. They simply have no clue, and they know that they are behind the 8 ball and cornered. And according to Egon and in part according to astrology, we knew, we had discussed this in May, remember, that there would be this rate hike change. But it isn't really a change, it's just that now after 7 years, the game of cheap money is over. But it's possible that after half a year they may have to actually backtrack, because they're doing it, although all the fundamentals are actually against this move, but they have nowhere else to go. So Egon was saying what he told us before. Half a year ago he said they have no policy, no strategy, and eventually the game will be up. That was fun. He did a good presentation with Keiser. And Keiser listened to Egon for change. It's too complex to explain. I think that in 2020 there has to be a complete reset. How these 4 years, 16, 17, 18, 19, are going to be spent, I don't know exactly. I think that they will be confronted by, let's say, surprises, things they have not planned. He already said they have no strategy, no policy. Their planning is non-existent, but they are going to have to deal with events that they themselves cannot control. That's hard to say. I would imagine in the later part of 2016 and then gradually all the way to 2020, 2021. The strong moment astrologically is February, March 2020. Let's say Solstice 2020, when the Sun is at Aries 1. Everything else is piled up in Capricorn, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. And at that point, we clearly see from the astrology that the energies of the whole world are going to change. Something new is going to begin after an ending of sorts has happened. So what I'm trying to say to people with Egon too is that the whole thing is a process, right? It's a work in progress. All these guys are saying the crash, tomorrow, next week, the crash that they were saying in September, in October. We're now in 2016. There was no crash as such, but there is a gradual, progressive disintegration of all of the reality around the economy. So what I'm saying is it's a process, and it may take 4 years or 5 years still. And really, actually, the process is in progress since 2001, right? 2008, 10, 12 Q. So the whole thing is a long mechanism. It's almost an organic process of disintegration. These things don't happen overnight. Of course, they're trying to manipulate things such as gold, the markets and everything. By these manipulations, they have a semblance of holding it together. And actually, they're just delaying the inevitable. That's all. But it's going to happen. How? I don't know. But I would say in 4 or 5 years will be a completely different economic situation, in a completely different surrounding of the energy will have changed. When you go from these planetary alignments we're in now to a whole Capricorn setup into Aquarius, that's almost as if the entire psychological climate of the planet will change, which that too is a process. So it doesn't happen overnight. But I think around March 2020 some extremely unusual things will transpire politically, geopolitics, with Putin. And Putin has done a really good job so far. It's been very calm, and the Russians are doing what we predicted in our book. They are gradually putting the place back in balance. But anyway, so I'm saying in the next 4 or 5 years it's when it's happening. However, gradually. that stuff will happen in 2017 or 19 and so on. But by 2020, I see the change as a past tense. So, does it make sense?
Yeah.
So,
She's